Hey YouTubers, Undertron 9000 here, back with another video. Today, I am going to be celebrating 200 subs. I know this is a little late, and please excuse the thunder, or if the music goes out, because there is a storm going on somewhere, and it will affect the video, so sorry about that. Anyways, to celebrate 200 subs, I'm going to be telling a full history of Sonic the Hedgehog, because, Sonic's one of the classics on my channel, even though my first video was about Mario, but that's not the point. Yeah, Sonic's basically one of the big things that keeps my channel going. So, to celebrate 25 years of Sonic, and 200 subs of me, I am going to be telling you the full Sonic the Hedgehog history. Here we go. So some Chihuahua, and some weird definitely not Chihuahua thing, start a planet called Mobius. Along with it, 7 gemstones of unlimited power for some reason. A cycle begins where Chihuahua Guy fights with Not Chihuahua Guy. Not Chihuahua Guy destroys Mobius, and Chihuahua Guy guides the destroyed Mobius to its rebirth every million years. In between this cycle, a race of echidnas somehow came across these gemstones. However, they are guarded by some cute creatures by the name of Chow. For some reason, the echidnas have a 7-second war with these creatures. The echidnas get the gemstones, but after abusing their power, the emeralds are stripped from them, being lost to a nearby island. But they are attacked by a creature that has a tie to the last gem they have, the Master Emerald. The race goes extinct. Skip forward a few thousand years. A scientist by the name of Gerald Robotnik creates the Space Colony Ark. After learning his granddaughter has been infected by NIDS, he takes her aboard the Ark to work on a cure. Along the way of finding a cure, he makes contact with an alien species known as the Black Arms. The leader of the Black Arms, Black Doom, assists Gerald in the creation of the cure. Using the aliens and his own blood, Gerald creates BioLizard. Somehow, it doesn't work, so they do that again, and the result is Shadow the Hedgehog. However, the project was so dangerous that the military had to shut it down, along with everyone involved with the project. Gerald is off the Ark by this time, so the military didn't find him. His granddaughter, Maria, sends Shadow to Mobius before she is shot and killed. Enter Ivo Robotnik. 50 years after this tragedy, he creates a vessel for his cousin, Maria's soul, to live on it. Thus, he creates Sonic the Hedgehog. His plan of bringing Maria back from the dead works, but Sonic has no memory of his past life as Maria. Ivo was working on another project at the time, creating an amusement park. However, Sonic sees Ivo's robotic construction workers as evil. After his plans being ruined, Ivo attempts to make his amusement park on another planet by chaining it down to Mobius. Sonic still finds the planet and puts a stop to Eggman's plan once more, but not after racing a more rushed version of himself, Metal Sonic. Sonic wins, and Metal Sonic is turned to scrap. After 2 defeats, Ivo forces himself to finally end Sonic, and with him, Maria as well. Returning to his first base, Final Zone, he attempts to use its last function. But for this, he needs the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. He finds them on the very island they were cast off to, and uses his minions to dig them up. But of course, Sonic and his new friend, Tails, destroy the minions. However, they fail at collecting the Chaos Emeralds before Ivo does. Ivo brings the Chaos Emeralds back to Final Zone, and turning it into sends the zone into space, turning it into the Death Egg Zone, with an exterior that resembles the Ark. Using scrap parts of Metal Sonic, creates Silver Sonic for Sonic to battle. Sonic overcomes this task and heads off to fight Ivo. Sonic accesses the Chaos Energy in the Death Egg, and puts a stop to Ivo's plans yet again. The Death Egg lands on Angel Island, the home of the Echidnas. Coincidentally, this is where Sonic and Tails go next. Sonic is stopped dead in his tracks by Knuckles, the only remaining Echidna. Turns out, Knuckles was tricked into thinking Sonic was his enemy due to an ancient mural. that shows Sonic and Ivo's mech clashing again. However, Ivo just wants the Master Emerald to relaunch the Death Egg. With Knuckles and Sonic distracted, he does just that, and you guessed it, Sonic stops him again. After this, Ivo realizes that the times he came closest to killing Sonic were the times he used other, albeit rushed, models of him. He spends years creating the perfect Sonic. After the project is finished, he has it run through a test world. Everything is a callback to earlier zones, for Ivo still hopes Maria's memories are in there. Sadly, nothing happens. After the tests come up successful, Ivo sent out to the new Sonic to destroy the original model for Sonic. As the new Sonic is on this quest, Ivo receives a news report and finds out of Gerald's death. It had happened on Prison Island during the days of the tests. When the new Sonic came back with the limp shell of the original Sonic, Ivo tore off the limbs of the old Sonic in rage born from sadness. The new Sonic, disgusted by his master's actions, went rogue as well, and joined Team Sonic in the original Sonic's place, without anyone knowing the difference, because they are all stupid. Meanwhile, Ivo breaks into Prison Island to find the remaining work of Gerald. Thus, he finds Shadow. As Shadow attempts to get out of Prison Island, Ivo finds the Master Emerald, the ancient being, Chaos, who had shattered the Master Emerald. Sonic is also in town, so when he sees Chaos, he knows he must put a stop to it. Chaos destroys the city, and using the power of friendship and Chaos Emeralds, Sonic stops Chaos. After this, Ivo calls upon Shadow. Ivo frames Sonic by using Shadow, who has similarities in appearance to Sonic, to anger the government. Soon enough, the government is on the trail of every member of Team Sonic. After this, they all end up on the Ark. Sonic and Shadow team up to destroy Final Hazard before it crashes the Ark onto Mobius. Shadow loses his Chaos energy and falls down to Mobius, believed dead until Ivo finds him and once again attempts to pit him against Sonic after finding out Shadow has lost his memory. For reinforcements, Ivo uses the leftover parts of the original Sonic model to create a more powerful Metal Sonic. The original Sonic has not yet forgotten his purpose, and sees new Sonic just as he would Metal Sonic all those years ago. It takes the super forms of all the members of Team Sonic to take him down. Now, Shadow goes on his own way in order to remember his past, after Ivo tells him he has no past. Suddenly, the Black Arms invade Mobius. Shadow then has hundreds of visions all at once of how this could end. One where he becomes an emperor after smashing Ivo's skull in. One where he destroys everybody and everything. One where he is a true hero and saves the world. In reality, he must defeat Black Doom as Super Shadow. After these events, Sonic visits the Soliana Festival of Sun, where he sees the Egg Fleet flying overhead. Using sheer speed alone, Sonic nearly flew up to the egg carrier, and after turning supersonic, he witnesses Mobius being shattered with energy from Not Chihuahua Guy seeping out. The energy reaches Sonic and turns him into the Man-Hog, where literally means man. If Sonic is a werehog, that makes him technically a man-hog. After meeting Chihuahua Guy, Sonic sets out on a quest to restore the Chaos Emeralds. After weeks, Sonic and Chihuahua Guy beat Not Chihuahua Guy, and the cycles stop. Also, stop asking. Sonic 4 Episode 2 does not matter. Okay, fine. Eggman called upon the original Metal Sonic and puts him through harder versions of the test he put the fourth model of Sonic through. He still gets beaten. There. Moving on. Ivo creates another amusement park after the failure of Eggman Land. This time, in space, with some insignificant aliens. Alright, most of the things that happen next are pretty unimportant, so let's skip forward. Meanwhile, the original Sonic is dreaming of his adventuring days. Hell, he had been absent in that category for so long that he had even forgotten what Green Hill Zone looked like and was creating up new versions in his head. He even mixed up the boss. Instead, he was supposed to hit the little swinging thing instead of the top. Anyways, gathering up all his determination, He had the will to even help the fourth Sonic. The old Sonic ran through Green Hill, tracking where modern Sonic was. When he got there, he saw a giant piece of concrete headed towards modern Sonic. Classic Sonic smashed through the concrete and saved modern Sonic. The impact destroyed his extra armor and released the true model. But in the end, everything building up to this moment was pointless. For the first and last time, Sonic lost. Ivo Robotnik had won. Not just the progress of Sonic and his friends, oh no, but the progress of everyone who had ever lived on Mobius. Eventually, the destruction reached Soliana. Seeing her kingdom crumble before her eyes, Elise cried and released Iblis. This was the fate of Sonic the Hedgehog. Or was it? All things must end, and the apocalypse is no exception. Using the powers of the Chaos Emeralds, a select few became immortal. These include Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, and Ivo Robotnik. It wasn't until millions of years later, after Iblis died down, a being named Lyric destroyed the Chaos Emeralds, making them all turn to dust. Billions and billions of years later, they were known as the Ancients. Nobody on Mobius knows that the Ancients have been reincarnated, besides Shadow and Lyric, of course. The future looks bright for our heroes, and may they keep on running.